Welcome, everyone. I'm Jana Stafford with Vic Magazine, and today I'm joined by Brian Brandstetter, president of Warren Environmental. Brian is here to talk to us a bit about Warren Environmental and its 26-year-long history of serving many different industries, from water and wastewater to pulp and paper to food and beverage. Brian, thank you so much for offering some of your time to Vic Magazine today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I just mentioned the industries you serve, but for members of our audience who may be unfamiliar with the full scope of services Warren Environmental offers, could you please give us a quick overview?
Sure. Warren is a manufacturer of 100% high build solids epoxy. There's several things that are unique about Warren. One is we only sell our product to approved applicators. So we have 17 approved applicators across the United States. We have 2 to 3 trainings a year where we actually approve the guys in the field. We don't approve the company, because in the end of the people that are important during an application are the folks that are running the pump system and the guy that's on the gun actually applying the product. So we've got 16 approved applicators in the United States, 1 in Canada. The product itself is, as I said, 100% high builds solids epoxy. It's marine safe. Some of the unique features about the product are the fact that it can be sprayed up to 500 mils in a single pass. And it's also capable of going on wet concrete in 100% humid environments. We also do some work, on steel products and steel applications. In, as you mentioned, different, environments in pulp and paper, chemical plants, nuclear. But we really focus on the water and the wastewater industries, and a good bit of what we do is in the wastewater plants, clarifiers, digesters, manholes, and rehabilitating concrete. But we also do, like I said, some steel work, some water, potable water tanks, things of that nature.
Brian, could you tell us about any additional products Warren may be looking to develop and/or industries Warren is considering moving into?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the really interesting things that we're working on right now is working for the Department of Energy, specifically for ARPA-E, which is a department within the DOE that basically is out. What they try to do is find solutions to problems that are extremely difficult to solve, and that most commercial businesses wouldn't make the effort to because of the high cost of trying to find those solutions. So they actually fund these opportunities to invest in companies like ours that are going to try to solve really significantly difficult problems. So for us, we're currently working on a ARPA-E project that's focused on rehabbing gas transmission mains, and we're working with GE Global Research and Garber Engineering to come up with a solution to extend the life of these gas transmission mains by at least 50 years. And at a much cheaper cost than actual dig and replace of those pipelines, which is what the solution is right now. So the key for us is really developing the solution, and then also being able to commercialize it so that it can be a solution that's handed to other businesses to solve.
Okay. Well, I know you came on as president shortly after there was an acquisition with Warren. And so tell us what your experience has been like, and how were you able to make the acquisition as smooth and successful as it has been?
Well, first of all, I did not have a background in epoxies or in any kind of a chemical raw materials background. So really just started off learning about epoxies, learning about the Warren epoxy system, and really immersing myself in that kind of information, and doing as much as I could internally to get kind of caught up with the industry a little bit. Externally, I spent a great bit of time going to see all of our applicators in the field, understanding what they're doing, absorbing their concerns of, hey, this is what we can do to improve this, or this is how we can do this better, bringing that back, trying to implement those. Internally, we spent a great deal of time. We really want to grow this business. And so fundamentally, we really worked on things like inventory systems, an ERP system, a new CRM system, to really lay the foundation stone so that as we grow, we'll have those foundations to work from. And then also spent time out hiring a sales team. And we've got 3 manufacturers rep across the country that work on with owners and engineers on solutions. And from there, just continue to grow the business. And we're very fortunate that 2021 was the best year in Warren's history.
Good deal. Well, yes, getting processes in place is certainly key to growth, and it sounds like that has definitely been happening for you. So let's talk about the infamous supply chain issues. How have these shortages within the coatings industry affected Warren, and how have you managed these challenges to sustain the company?
Well, I can tell you it's taken a lot of work and a great team here at Warren. We were fortunate that we heard some rumblings in late 2020 that the market might be tightening up on raws coming in from across the pond in China. So we've spent a great deal of time, looking at what our supplies were, understanding what we needed to continue to make product. Working with our applicators was huge, and really is what was the key to our success. We were very fortunate in the fact that we did not stop one of our applicators from any of their jobs through the entire pandemic to date. We didn't do any price increases up until this year. We only had one, and we held our price for our applicators on any job that they had bid with their existing pricing. So we've only had one price increase, not shut down a single job. And really that was in large part to the fact that the team here at Warren worked with our applicators, understood their needs, what jobs they had coming up, how much product they were going to need, when they were going to need it. And while we may not have delivered all the product that they needed, that with one delivery, we were able to deliver, products to folks to keep them going and just kind of hopscotch our way through, the shortages of materials coming in and just the absolute confusion in the industry from the raw material suppliers, because they couldn't tell you what was coming in, how much was coming in, how much you were going to get. So really, it was just a great team effort here at Warren. Folks working really hard and a great applicator network that worked with us to keep us informed on what they needed.
Brian, can you do a little forecasting for us? Where is the coatings industry heading, and how is your team working to position Warren Environmental ahead of that transition?
Well, I really see the industry moving in a lot of applications to 100% high build solids epoxy. If you look around at some of the acquisitions that have been made recently, you see a lot of big paint companies buying smaller 100% high build solids epoxy companies, and then also development from others that are really working on developing 100% solids epoxy systems. So I see that to continue to grow. It's better for the environment. We have, as I mentioned, our epoxies are aquatic safe and safe for the marine environment. As far as long-term solutions, they're safer. They provide more structural enhancement. They're longer lasting, and they're overall a better life cycle cost savings to the owners than other coatings products that are a little less expensive, but don't give you the full life cycle return that you should get.
Well, how about switching over to more personal discussion? Tell us about your background, Brian. What are some of your guiding principles on culture and management?
So my guiding principle is a sense of urgency. What I want from folks that work for me is to care about what they're doing and care about being successful. I 100% support my team. If they make a mistake, I have no problem with it. And in fact, I encourage it. If you're not making a mistake here and there, you're probably not trying hard enough or working hard enough. So I 100% support that. All I ask is don't make the same mistake twice. And, from that standpoint, as long as you're out there working and care about what you're doing and care about being successful, I think you can be successful at anything that you do. And the team here is made up of a lot of different folks. We've got some folks here that have got 30 years of experience in the coating industry, and we have some that are brand new to it. But at the end of the day, as long as they're working 100% towards being successful and care about what they're doing and care about doing a good job, that knowledge will come and they will be successful. So, sense of urgency and give a crap attitude is really what makes it work for me.
So if you could do any other job or work in another industry, what would it be?
Well, I started, I went to college playing golf. I played 3 years after college as a mini tour golf pro and traveled most of the Southeast and other parts of the country trying to make it as a professional golfer. So if I had my druthers and I could do anything, it would be on the PGA tour playing golf and traveling the world. Other than that, it'd probably be something, one of my other hobbies. I'm a big fly fisherman, love to fly fish in the salt water. So I'd probably be a sales rep for a rod company or a reel company I could spend a lot of time on the water with folks trying to sell them doing something I love.
Well, I know your time is value and limited, so let's wrap up this interview and just know that you are welcome anytime to jump back on with Vic Magazine.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in following the progress of Warren Environmental, please visit warrenenviro.com. As always, we are most grateful for our audience. Please like and share this recording with colleagues. And for more industry news, videos, webinars, and podcasts, visit bicmagazine.com. And remember, folks, it's what we do together that counts.